'cause you're everything to me. Girl, you're my roller coaster. Girl, you're my chicken sandwich. Baby, you're my Cincinnati. You're everything I need to get up and dance. You're my catty vixen, always got the fixins. You're my feather boa, I love you even more. You're my bull machine, clung too hard to fling because you're everything to me. Girl, you're my roller coaster. Girl, you're my chicken sandwich. Baby, you're my Cincinnati. You're everything I need to get up and dance. Everything new I learned through you. Everything I see reminds me of. Girl, you're my roller coaster. Girl, you're my chicken sandwich. Baby, you're my Cincinnati. You're everything I need to get up and dance. Girl, you're my roller coaster. You're my chicken sandwich, my pirates. You're my Cincinnati. You're everything I
right, everybody. How's everybody doing today? We got a happy hump day for you guys. Oh, I got some stuff in my mustache. What the hell's going on right there? Let's get that all cleaned out. James, what's up, buddy? Good to see you from across the pond. How you doing, man? Welcome.
I'm I'm good, man. I've got a hat on, hide the male pattern baldness that everyone keeps going on about, because there's this massive, I've been exposed. Everyone's saying that shit, he's bald, and that's why he wears a hat. No, I wear hats because I like hats, arsehole. Everyone knows I'm bald. I've had the same haircut since I was 21 years old. That's 24 years of it, mate. Never changed. Grade one all over.
Yeah, facts, bro. Did they just figure out you were bald, or what's going on with that? They trying to rake you over the
Right, they
coals?
just figured out, right? They just figured out that I've got the aura. They just figured out that I'm solid as a rock. They just figured out that I'm bald. Apparently now they've just worked out that I've got a massive nose. Yeah, it's called, look, there you go. That would be a Roman nose because my family come from Rome on my mother's side. That's
Okay.
why I have a big nose.
All
There
right.
you go.
Yeah, you got that Italy
You
thing
know,
going on.
big nose, big everything.
Yeah,
You know
fact.
what I'm saying?
All right then. Well, shout out to the chat, everybody in the chat. We got Pat out there. Shout out to you, Pat. On the John. Shout out to you, bro. Who else we got? I saw Mr. Geeky in there. Shout out to Mr. Geeky. We got DJ John. Where you at, Miami John? You're supposed to be on stream. You better get over here, buddy. And everybody like that.
Working.
He's probably out there, hustling, pimping them hoes out or whatever the hell he's doing.
Working that real job.
That's
That
right.
real job.
That 9 to 5er. He's doing that. He's really an assassin. He's a secret assassin, people. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, this hour nearly killed me. I was like running around like a blue ass fly. I was like, shit, this hour. Like, there's like, I usually like to cruise. You know what I mean? I get a coffee, I cruise from 10 to 11, and I'm like, fucking hell. Quickly got to shave the barnet, rushing in, grab the headphones, grab the gear. I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna make it, man.
Yeah, today we had that time change, and I guess it only happens in America. I guess only America does daylight saving time. I wish we wouldn't do it. How many people in chat hate to switch your clocks, bro? I fucking absolutely hate that stuff. I wish we would just leave it like it is right now, all the time. Quit changing the clocks. Let me jump down here real quick. We're going to jump into the announcements. If you want to go buy a mug, go get a mug. I put a whole bunch of new mugs up on the old website. A lot of fun stuff. Let me go ahead and click on the old mugs. You can see we got Saint Merce right there. We got some kitties. We got a cat smoking a cigarette. We got Wolf. We got Scribbles. We got some AK-47s. We got, of course, Alex Stein. Big Booty Latinas Can Stay.
Still got those D-Wag ones? You still got those D-Wag ones floating around?
We got, oh no, I only made that one for D-Wag. I don't have a whole bunch of those. I just
Did
made,
you?
yeah, I just
Was
made,
that an exclusive?
yeah, I just made it for him. If people want to buy it, I guess I can put it up. But we also got the classic Vito
No,
House.
don't encourage him. Don't encourage him, man. I get him and Oggy, mate. Him and Oggy, like, and then John now and John Campbell. Him, Oggy, and John Campbell, right? I did a video today, right? And it was a bit like, because of the wind. And they go, you got to put that fucking like little furry bit on the top. And I was like, mate, I don't like having something that's a minge right under my chin. You know what I mean? It's like,
well, in all fairness, it is called one of the, what is it, a dead cat or something like that is what it's called. You put it over the microphone and then
yeah.
nobody can hear the wind. We also got a How's My Audio Vito. We got a red bar one down here. But speaking of Vito, come on over and watch my how to draw Vito. I got them right here. You could draw a Vito. We're going over a whole series for the next 25 days about how to draw a Vito. All right, so come follow me on Ray Ray is Happy. Then we got James Domenico Grabbin right here. Go follow him on his YouTube channel as he talks about all kinds of whatnot, this and that, and everything in between, especially stuff over in England, okay? And then we got Miami John right here on the third rail. He'll be here in a minute. Go give him a follow, okay? He talks politics, so go give that guy a follow. What were you going to say, James?
Yeah, I'm looking at the videos, man. It's like I told you, the tech bros are after me because they know I'm an analog man in the digital age, right? And they're like micromanaging me. So I've got like D-Wag, I've got Oggy, I've got John on my case. They're like, buy this piece of crap equipment, buy that piece of crap equipment. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have my cam set up on fucking Saturday. Couldn't do it because I was busy. But yeah, that's going to be done, you know what I mean? So, yeah, they're always on me. They're going, no, you're not streaming this right. You're not doing this video right. You're not got this piece of equipment at the right angle. I'm like, mate, drop me out. This is a stressful business. You know what I mean? There's only so many hours in the day.
Bro, I tell you, this whole tech thing is an ever-changing, evolving animal right here. I got the old Mac Mini. I'm happy with that. But I got all my other little parts, and I got all the crazy tech. You think you got the all
Well,
the
I seen you
all
the
the
picture.
wait, hold on a minute.
I got my
Hold on
Johnny
a minute.
5 cell.
You think you got all the problems solved, then you go on stream and then you got all the problems again. What were you saying, James?
Well, I sent you a picture. I got my Johnny 5 short circuit set up, and I absolutely love it
Yeah.
because it looks like it looks it looks shambolic and shoddy, but it suits me. But the reason I knew I was fucked, right, was when John did a stream, right, and he was golden. He was going really well, and then you pop on, and like something he couldn't get the audio right, did he? He was complaining about Amazon cables or some shit. And he was like, fucking, it went down the pan. And if a tech guy like him is struggling, what hope have I got? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you try to use all these different programs. Like I use Zoom. John uses something else. Other people use other things in order to connect, and you try to have to run that anyway. It's a whole big thing. But we were talking about
when we used to do it on Discord back in the gap, man.
Yeah, I
Over
mean,
the Discord days.
Discord is solid. I would still do Discord, but a lot of people don't have Discord, don't want to get on Discord. Also, Discord started doing that age verification. They want you to put your ID in there. They want you to do a face scan, and I ain't about to do that. I'm sorry, people. I say hell no.
If I ain't doing it for the porno sites, you hear me? The Venezuelan porn. If I ain't doing it for the porno sites, I ain't doing it for fucking Discord, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Fuck that. And so I don't want to be tracked and traced. And then, the next week Discord has a big breach in their security and all your data gets stolen. That already happened, people. That already happened. So, bro, we were talking just now about the old Gino Carano. You got what's a Ronda Rousey Gina Carano fight, bro? How crazy is that? Who wants to see a bunch of grandmas fight? James, what are your thoughts on that?
When I saw the press conference, right, two things come to mind. It was like, because Gina Carano is loved, isn't she? Like Dean Cain in like the FNT crowd, right? They love her because they acknowledge the FNT crowd. They acknowledge Nedrotic, It goes back and forth. I think they've been to a couple of meetups or something. And I'm like, so they're going to all be in her corner, right? But when I saw her, right, she looked all right for an old girl, She still put together nicely. But I've seen rigor mortis move better than her. You know what I'm saying? She was practically crawling to the fucking stage. She hasn't fought in years. You know what I mean? This is now the realm of sports entertainment. And then you had Ronda Rousey, right, who's always had two chips on both her shoulders. I've read her book, right? And she said in her book, right, she was like, no one is ever going to beat me in the octagon, right? And this was before she fought Holly Holm and she fought Amanda Nunes. She was never a great fighter. Ronda Rousey's one game plan, get you in the ring, armbar, tap you out. That's how she does it, right? And this is how I think the fight's going to go. If it's rigged, like I think it's going to be rigged and they want people to get their money, Ronda might carry her for a few rounds. They may be going to the fifth. But if not, Ronda Rousey's just going to charge her. Gina Carano can barely move. Armbar, tap out. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt.
Yeah.
Over.
I already have three initial problems with this fight. Number one, Jake Paul is promoting it, putting it together. Bro, that guy already fakes fights. We already know about it. It's already been leaked. People come out and said, yo, I tried to have a fight with Jake Paul. He wanted me to go down in the third or whatever. All of the, we know the story with Mike Tyson. It's all faked. It's all rigged. So I think the whole fight is rigged. Number two, bro, they all have plastic surgery, man. Did you see Gino Carano? I mean, all that lip filler. She got a nose job. She got a neck job, a facelift. How is that going to stand up against being punched in the face? You think that lip filler won't pop out?
It's going to be it'd be a bit like Clayface, I reckon. From the DC universe, Clayface.
Yeah, for
It'll
sure.
It'll be like that. They're just all like that. But like, I can't stand Ronda Rousey. I'll be totally honest with you. In an ideal world, if this fight was on the up and up, I'd want Gina Carano to win. Not because I'm like, rah, Gina Carano is right wing. I could give two shits on the fuck about that. No, Gina Carano's the better looking bird. I could also give two shits on the fuck about that. I just think she's the better personality. You know what I mean? She's a bit more humble. She's a nicer person. But the way that Ronda Rousey started mouthing off about Chris Cyborg, yeah, Chris Cyborg got popped for PEDs once, right? But they were all doing that during the Pride era. Rampage Jackson, all that crowd, everyone that was in Pride, Fedor, everyone, Rampage Jackson, they were all on the juice, right? So, but Chris Cyborg, she's won championships, even including boxing now. And Ronda would never fight her because just like Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes, anyone who's tough, can stand up and punch, will murder Ronda Rousey because she's just a judoka. She's got one move. She's got the armbar. You saw how all the people, right, in professional wrestling, there isn't anyone in professional wrestling that's got a good word to say about Ronda Rousey. They said she came in, she had a bad attitude, she took over, she was talking smack about wrestlers like Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, all that crowd, Charlotte Flair, all the established crowd. She's one of those people with she's like a scouser in this country. She's arrogant. She's got two chips on both shoulders. She's not very likable. And this is a fight where they're doing it for bank, aren't they?
Yeah.
You would never see Ronda Rousey or Gina Carano in a legit fight. In women's UFC, because they would get absolutely mullered.
Now, remember, we got, didn't she fuck Dana White too? That's a side. But going back to what Sean Strickland said after his last win, nobody cares about women's fighting, bro. Nobody cares about old women fighting. Sorry. They are old. They're old for their sport. All right. Gina Carano's old. Ronda Rousey's old. Both of them. Like I saw when Ronda Rousey turned, she had that gobbler neck. Like what the hell's going on with that? So they're old. Is anybody going to want to watch this? What the hell's even going on with this? What are your thoughts on that?
What turns me off? What turns me off when I see women fighting, and this is probably because I'm an old school male. When you used to watch a Joanna Jędrzejczyk fight, right? She was in a lower weight class. It would be a fucking war. And by the end of it, I would be like 5 times the size. She'd have a split, clean open. All her face would be mullered. It looked like she'd been in a car crash or in a fight with Ethan Ralph. You know what I'm saying? She looked fucking terrible. I mean, she's probably and Joanna Jędrzejczyk, after all her fights, she probably looks like how Scarlett Hampton looks now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We'll touch on that in a minute.
Fucking horrific. Fucking horrific. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what I don't like. I don't want to see women get beaten. I don't get turned on by it.
I don't like that either. I don't like it either. Yeah. Now, is boxing cooked? Is everything now like one of these? What do they call it? An exposition or what is it? A fake fight? It's not. It's expedition fight, or what's the word for it? Where it's not a real fight.
Exhibition.
Exhibition. That one. Is everything an exhibition fight now? Is that all people are waiting to watch for? These big gimmicky fights? Is real boxing cooked? Is the real UFC? I mean, I heard the White House card isn't that good for the UFC coming up. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, they couldn't get John Jones, right? And John Jones, the only thing that John Jones likes more than drugs is money.
Yeah.
So obviously he wasn't getting enough money from Dana. They couldn't get Conor McGregor. The only thing Conor McGregor likes more than drugs is money. So obviously the rumor is true that Dana White is undercutting his fighters. Even Ronda Rousey mentioned this. Eddie Hearn, he's gone to war with Dana White because you've now got Sue for boxing. He's coming into Eddie Hearn's world. Eddie Hearn and Matchroom has now got a management company, and they've taken Tom Aspinall, the UFC heavyweight champion, and he's going to be negotiating for more money. The UFC have signed a $7.7 million deal, but where's the money? The money's not dripping down. It's staying at that level, Dana White's level. They're asking where the money's going because it's not going on fight salaries. They're earning like a poor man's wage, you know what I mean? A working man's wage. The reason you get into fight sports is so you can make money quickly. How many young black fighters from the projects has it turned into multi-millionaires? It turned Floyd Mayweather into a billionaire until he spunked all his money, and he has to come back and have a gimmick fight with Manny Pacquiao.
Right, there's another gimmick fight right there. Yeah, another gimmick fight.
The TV companies like Netflix have come in. Now, Netflix knows they're not going to go to Showtime route. They're not going to put on legitimate boxing fights because that doesn't garner the audience. They want to bring in a new audience to fight sports. They want to bring in a new audience to American football because the old audience is dying. So my theory is Roger Goodell went to Travis Kelce and said, Travis, look, you are with one of the biggest personalities, biggest pop stars.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah,
biggest
Kelce
names on the planet.
Yeah.
I know you think you're going to retire, but do one more year. You've got to earn $15 million. We'll top it up at the NFL, and Taylor can come to all the games. And every time you get a touch of the ball or a near touch, we can shoot to Taylor, we can shoot to Ice Spice, we can shoot to all the crowd.
I mean, more Taylor Swift, bro. Put that bitch out the pasture. Come on now, Jesus.
Well, you need a new one, didn't you? Who was it? Stefan Diggs was with someone, wasn't he? Stefan Diggs was with Cardi B, but it looks like Stefan Diggs is going to go to prison. You know what I mean? He looks like he's in.
Cardi B, she don't even count, bro. I would like Dua Lipa, maybe. Maybe she's the next one. Mr. G
Dua Lipa
brings up a good point. He says gambling cooked pro sports. I don't know if you guys have seen basketball this last. I don't know. Basketball is so fucking cooked right now. James, what are your thoughts on that? Did gambling cook pro sports? I kind of think it did.
Yeah, I mean, sports betting is like it's a funny thing, right? Because when you bring in the world of sports betting, you can bet on anything, right? You can bet on fucking fishing, you can bet on tiddlywinks. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's the drug. The drug isn't the sport. The drug is the betting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like predicting outcomes. There's so many apps now where you can get better odds, or you know what I mean. Jeff Nadeau, the podcaster, he does a mob reality show. He's like he's always on it, you know, always promoting it. He got adverts every fucking 5 minutes on his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I think it's true. I think it used to be gambling was controlled by the mob. You know what I mean? It was like that's how it used to be now, but it's like everything. Remember with the casinos used to be controlled by the mob. Then the corporations come in, didn't it? You know what I mean? The Disney and all that, they come in and they wreck that. I mean,
Yeah.
from
Las
what I hear,
Vegas is
people say
cooked.
don't go to Vegas. You say Vegas. You always telling me Vegas is fucked, didn't you?
It's
You
dead.
know?
It's dead. Yeah. Shout out to Blue Lotus in the chat. Good to see you. Professor Grass, what's going on, buddy? Really good to see you out there. How you doing, Professor Grass? Shout out to you,
Mr.
bro.
Free Jobs. Free jobs, man.
Yeah, no, when we can get some time for him, we're gonna get him back on. But yeah, I think like the sports book definitely cooked Vegas. It cooked pro sports. It doesn't matter anymore how good or who wins or whatever. It just matters how many times did so and so shoot a three, or did LaMelo Ball, did he act gay today, or what? Did he wear pink socks? That's the gamble, right? What the hell is going on with that? But yeah, so I think
They
it's
haven't got the
cooked.
stars.
It's
That's the
cooked.
problem. The stars from yesteryear. That's the problem. If you look at the eras, you had Jordan and Magic Johnson, and whether you like him or not, you had the LeBron era. If you look at all the stars now, they're stars that Americans are not attracted to. Americans don't really give a shit about Luka Doncic. You know what I mean? They don't give a shit about the European basketball stars that have come in and taken over.
Okay, two things. One thing about Luca, he's getting a divorce right now. His smart ass put all of his assets under his mother's name. How about that? W. Luca. Number two, I agree with you that one of the guys who I always looked up to, okay, was Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman worked his ass off and left it out there on the court. I think nowadays most athletes don't do that anymore. They're more like the streaming, giants, or they're like the celebrity. They think they don't have to work. They think they can just show up and get adoration. Where are the Dennis Rodmans, bro? Where are the people who work their ass off?
Well, who's the current MVP? The current MVP is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, right? Now, you're in America. How many people, when you go out, say you're out in California or wherever you are, how many people do you see wearing a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander shirt, right?
None.
I've got Jordan shirts, right? I've got Allen Iverson shirts. I've got Dennis Rodman, like you said, the worm, Dennis Rodman. No, I've got fucking Tony Kukoc, because I was a Bulls fan. I've got Kukoc.
Yeah.
I've got Jordan shirts. I've got Pippen shirts. You know what I mean? It's like, if Shai is your biggest guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's the one at the Denver Nuggets? What's his name? What's his name? I can't think of the moment. The center. What's his name?
Yeah, you talking about Ant? Is that who it is? I
don't know, but he's European. Who's the biggest selling shirt? You know what I mean? That's what I say, like football.
Yeah.
You're talking about Wemby?
Yeah. Shout out to
he's the
shout out to
Denver
John.
Nuggets one.
Good to see you, buddy. We're just talking about how professional gambling, or the sports book, has cut professional sports. We got Professor Grass says he's got 2 jobs right now. Good to see everybody. Let me just shout out your website or your podcast real quick. We got Miami John, and we got his podcast right here, Third Rail Politics. If you guys want to go see it, it's right here, Third Rail Politics on YouTube. John, welcome. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Doing well, man. Doing well. Good to see you guys.
Glad you can make it. I almost wore the black V-neck. Go on.
Speaking of sports, I got stuck in this fucking traffic because I live like 5 blocks from the Marlins Stadium.
Oh, okay.
Holy shit! The World Baseball.
Yeah, that's going on right
Cup
now.
is going on.
Bro, the World
had like 20 minutes.
Yeah, the
to my
World
drive.
Baseball Classic might be the last Joe Everyman that could play in sports now. I heard about somebody on Serbia. He was an electrician, and he came in and pitched a shutout for 4 or 5 innings the other day. And he was
I think it's still amateur, right?
Yeah, it's still
the
amateur
World Baseball thing.
Yeah.
So it's like what the Olympics used to be.
Yeah. It's why people used to love sports. And James and I were just talking about how it's all cooked now, and we got all these celebrities like LaMelo Ball, these people who want to show up in their Bentleys and their Ferraris, and they don't really want to sweat or anything. They just want to get adulation. So,
You know, the only reason I know any of these new basketball players, because I don't even watch anymore because it's all lame now. Ever since the LeBron era, right after like 2010, it's all just boring. They fucking travel all the time.
oh my
They
God,
fucking
the traveling
cry
is
about fake
atrocious.
fouls.
Yeah,
They fucking, it's just shoot 3-pointers. That's all it became. The only reason I know any of these new players at all is because I follow a lot of like people that post like old videos of basketball, like from the 90s and the 2000s. So basketball stuff gets mixed into my feed, so I see some of the newer players.
yeah, bro.
There's a couple of guys that are exciting, but
No.
there's no one with like
It's
real
all bad.
name recognition. Yeah.
Jokic is pretty good, and then you got Lukovic. He's good. Lorenzo Areola says Dennis Rodman would go to the WCW Nitro and then come back and play NBA the next day. 100%, bro. That guy was bro. There was nobody that
Rodman was a
hustled more.
athletic freak.
Yeah, he left it all on the floor. We got King Yeti. Shout out to you, bro. He says he already subbed to you, John. Let's fucking go. We got Monk Fruit out there. What's up, homie? I know you're out there making your deliveries. Hope you're doing good in Indiana. I heard there's a rainstorm coming your way. Blue Lotus says she can't imagine Miami traffic. I live in Central Florida and it's shitty enough. 100%. So we got Pat. She says, is that where the Mexicans got into fight with snow Mexicans? Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but yeah. Now, James, what was the you were talking about? Were you talking about Wembley, the center, that big center? Is he on the Bulls or I can't remember?
He's on the Spurs.
Spurs.
He's on Spurs. I was talking about Jokic. You mentioned him. Nikola Jokic is at Denver, isn't he? He's probably like the best player. But if you're
100%.
talking about, you've got Jokic, you've got Wemby coming up, you've got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander at Oakland Avenue. You've got a few people, but they don't excite anyone. You know what I mean? It's like you have to have stars for the league to be competitive. You know what I mean? It's like in the NFL. I don't really see the NFL as a league of stars. I see it as kind of like an entertainment league. They care more what's going on, the circus outside of it. You know what I mean? People talk a lot about Tom Brady now because he's in Vegas, isn't he? You know what I mean? And he has a pathological hatred for the Patriots now, even though the Patriots gave him everything. He even gave him a fucking statue, but he still hates them. And then you've got fucking, you've got basketball, you've got no stars. Football's not really big. My football, your soccer. It's not big outside of like Lionel Messi and David Beckham in Miami. You've got Inter. Did you see that? Inter Miami went to meet the president, didn't they? They went to meet Donald Trump, right? And Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez were like this, right? Because he was supposed to be talking about football and the fact they won the championship. And he's like, we won very big in Iran, very big. We're winning bigly winning. You know what I mean? And Lionel Messi's looking at him like, this guy's fucking crazy, man. What's he fucking talking about?
Yeah.
Supposed to be talking about the football, bro.
Yeah, they're aren't they getting ready to have that World Cup down there in Mexico, or right around where all they didn't they find a mass grave down there around the stadium that they're gonna be having the World Cup in this year or something like that?
I don't know.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but did you see what happened to that Ukrainian kid, though? That Jewish bitch got him right fucked, didn't she? He
what are you
was
talking
with a
about?
model. There was a Ukrainian kid. He was the son of a gangster, right? And he was the one with all the chest tattoos, right?
Yeah.
And he was with his Jewish girlfriend, right? And this stupid bitch had the location tracker on her phone,
Oh
right?
yeah.
And she was doing all the pictures, she was doing all the glam shots and loading it up to Instagram,
God.
right? And the gangsters who his father stole $10 million off of tracked him down, kidnapped him, and chopped him into pieces because the father wouldn't pay the ransom. There was the head, the hands, the torso. I mean, before they chopped him, they absolutely brutalized him. I've seen the video. I think it was on TikTok, of where he was going, please,
Wow.
daddy, pay the money. But it was that fucking girlfriend that stitched him
Yeah.
because she had the location tracker on.
Now, did they leave the girlfriend alone? Did they pay her off?
Yeah, they didn't touch her. You know
Didn't
she's
touch
in
her.
on it. You know
Didn't touch her.
Didn't touch her.
Well, I mean,
Didn't touch her.
that's a match made in heaven, bro. The only thing that might be worse than that is the Scarlett Ralph stuff going on right now. Are you guys up to speed on that one, James?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
that's gonna turn into one of those situations.
Yeah, bro. So we got, for people who don't know, we got Ralph, the Ralph Amel. He flew out from down there in Mérida, Mexico, all the way up to Chicago. and met up with Scarlett. She's from Wisconsin, and she was of renown in the Dabbleverse for doing the Content Hotel. Met up with Matt Mead and then accused him of beating her and all this kind of stuff. Turns out it's not true. So she goes up, meets up with Ralph, and she does the same thing to Ralph. She starts to turn on her phone all covertly and starts streaming while they're having an argument. And Ralph doesn't even know. And she starts saying, Ralph, why did you threaten me? Why did you want to, get rid of me or whatever, fight me and all this kind of stuff?
He abused 3 of her friends or something, didn't he?
Yeah.
Snatched her phone.
Yeah, she was all accusing him of calling her out, saying Scarlett says Ralph pigs on her wallet. That's a direct quote. Did you see that, John? Like, what the hell is that all about?
Oh yeah, I know. It's kind of wild. I mean, she said she spent $1,400 on this trip.
Yeah, I saw that. So apparently Ralph doesn't have any
I want to
money.
know what the fuck Ralph told this woman, because Ralph is, I mean, look, I'm no fucking supermodel, but Ralph is like, come on.
It's got to be the clout, right? Clout is a hell of a drug. I'm sure that's the only reason why she's
She
doing
must
that.
have seen his Twitter subscribers or followers and not realized, like, yeah, but he only gets like a couple hundred concurrent viewers on his streams.
Well, he bots like
Thinking that
crazy
he
too.
has- thinking that he has an actual following and not realizing that's from like 2015.
Yeah, facts, bro. James, would you let Scarlett drive you around? Like, we know that she can't even carry on a coherent thought longer than 3 seconds. She's like a goldfish in that. Would you let her drive you, bro? How crazy is that? That's your life in her hands.
I've actually got to be nice now to Dr. Till and the Ministry of Dude, because I made this very comment in the chat and Dr. Till read it out. I was like, there is no way on God's green earth that I would let that bird drive me. I'm telling you, because she's just going to drive you off a cliff. If she doesn't drive you off a cliff, she's going to kill you with all the earache she gives you. I mean, she is an absolute nightmare, mate. I tell you, what I've learned about these two is druggies love company. You know what I mean? And they love the company of other druggies. They're attracted to each other like a moth to a flame. Because like John said, but John's a handsome man. I'll admit it. John's a good-looking guy. He can get all the black women he wants in Miami. No problem.
That's right.
I've heard this.
He's got that
It's
queso.
true.
He's got that queso. Let's
I
go.
know, but like fucking that. I mean, fucking Scarlett, man. Ralph comes as advertised. Like Ralph is an absolute piece of shit. He's a fucking abuser. He's a scumbag, mate. He's like he lives up to the billing. You know what I mean? As soon as a woman if you're a woman, right, and you're in Ralph's presence, don't ever talk back to him, mate, because he will slap the shit out of you. I'm telling you. That's what he even said, didn't he? He's like, oh, slap. You know what I mean? Don't ever talk. I can't do his voice because I'm not a Southern drip. But he's like, he says, don't ever talk to me like that on stream. He gave her one warning. I'm surprised he gave her a warning. The only reason he didn't do it is because the camera was on. You know what I mean? Even Ralph's not that fucking stupid, you know?
Yeah.
But he's like, it's just a fucking, I was surprised. I thought, I was like, I don't think she's going to make it out alive out of this trip. But
Yeah.
No.
apparently he's got to get back to do a stream with Mint, isn't he? And murder.
Yeah.
Murder.
Yeah, we'll touch on that in a second. But yeah, I really think there's 23 hours of hell and then maybe 1 good hour with her. But I don't think Ralph could even last 1 hour. John, what are they going to do? You know, after one day, they just posted a video that making it look like, oh, we're all peachy keen. Everything's great.
Yeah, okay.
What
that
are they
looked
doing?
like a hostage video.
Yeah, that looked like
She
a
looked
hostage
so
video.
drugged up.
Oh,
like
bro.
that she couldn't even, she was trying to say words, but nothing coherent was coming out. It was like even worse than James.
James, don't let him get after you like that, James. Give it back to him, bro. Yeah, I guess they're just gonna stay in their room and do drugs. I don't know. Are they gonna go out? McDonald's maybe, get a Burger King, maybe a Wendy's Frosty, maybe.
I think if he can keep her loaded up on enough drugs, he might keep her happy enough to where, he doesn't have to kill her. But it seems like that's the path they're going down.
Yeah.
My God.
Well,
you know what's funny though? Like, just to like totally trash on Ralph, like the fact that he told her, "Don't ever disrespect me like that" on stream. So off stream, don't worry, you can say whatever the fuck you want. Just don't do it in front of my cool internet friends.
Yeah, that was wild, bro. And 100%. My money's on
No self-respect.
My money's on Scarlett, though. I think Scarlett's gonna be the one that murders Ralph. Shout out to Merch, though. Merch was breaking the story last night, early in the wee hours. I had to catch it this morning. I was sleeping. James, what is this relationship doomed? Or is Ralph going to move in with her? Is it coming back to America? Are they going to be the fighting couple that's dysfunctional for the rest of their lives? What do you think?
I think they're going to do a porno. It'd be like a YouTube short, I reckon. You know what I mean? Because Ralph can only go for about what do you reckon? 30 seconds? I reckon he's got 30 seconds in him. You know what I mean? So it'd be like the YouTube. No, I reckon they've got to do something like that. They'll probably do a porn. You two can watch it and let me know how it is and see if I need to
Why am I going to watch it, bro? What are you trying to?
Well, I don't want to fucking do it. I don't want to sully my eyes. You know what I'm saying? I'll get you and John to watch it, and you can tell me, you can give me all the gory details. But no, I reckon he'll do something like that. But no, of course, he's got no legs. Ralph is a serial abuser. He's a scumbag, and Scarlett Hampton is a nasty little junkie. You know what I mean? In my opinion, you know.
Yeah.
Prove me otherwise. You know what? People like that. Look at them through the era. I think of like Sid Vicious and Nancy Spungen. How did that end? You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. You know, you get two drips, you get two idiots. They're drunk, they're on drugs. You know, I don't even know why she entertained him in the first place. Look, I'm no Scarlett Hampton defender, but surely she can get a better bloke than fucking Ethan Ralph. She's so desperate and on the rebound. Why is she even hanging around in these fucking circles? Isn't there a retirement home for old porn actresses? You know what I mean? Where they can hang out with other old retired porn actors or something. Why does she need to be bothering with all those losers and idiots in the Dabbleverse? What, you want to spend the rest of your life with Kevin Brennan and fucking Chad Zumach?
Yeah.
Is that the height of your ambition? Jesus, girl, you're 26 years old. Unless you die of drugs in the next few years, you've got your whole life ahead of you.
Yeah.
Clean yourself up and get away from losers like Ralph.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
And did you hear she said that she doesn't want to have porn sex? She wants to have real sex. I thought that was very interesting that she said that. Yeah, that was...
I just want to, you know, I thought you were going to say she wants to have butt sex. I was like, fucking hell.
Maybe that is real sex there. I don't know. But she basically said that she doesn't want to be treated like an object. I think she wants to have a real connection. I think she's
This is the woman that was
wrong way
blacked.
for that.
This is the woman that was completely blacked, and she doesn't want to be treated as an object. I mean, there's nothing worse than being an elfin, skinny white woman and being blacked. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
With these dudes that are roided out of their head. They fucking got a T-Rex in their fucking boxers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know
take
what
it
I mean?
easy on me in the chat, James. We don't put that picture in our mind, bro. Come on now.
And you know, they're going at a hammer and tong. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
they're
right,
really
right.
giving it.
Now,
I mean, come on.
Is there any redemption for Scarlett? Can she come back with this from this? What does she need to do? Go to rehab? Go to therapy for like 4 years, 2 years, 1 year? Can she come back from this, John? What do you think?
I really don't think so. I mean,
Is she like, is the mold set right now?
I think once you get into porn, you're so damaged that short of a miracle, you're not getting out of it.
Yeah.
It's just going to eat you alive.
Yeah. How can you ever have
And
any normal
she's-
relationship after like going on with, like James said, being blacked by a couple of guys, you know?
Yeah, no, you can't. I don't think you can. No guys. I mean, look, we're talking about Ralph, okay? This is the guy. This was her big catch.
Big catch.
Like,
and well, size-wise, he's got a lot of mass on him.
That he does. But no, I mean, like, who's gonna take her seriously? Only a guy who has no self-respect.
Well,
Who
Riley
would say something like,
Riley
"Don't
Reid-
disrespect me on stream, but off stream."
Riley Reid came back and got married a guy, had a kid. You know, I guess she's gonna banish that.
Yeah,
point.
he's a fucking embarrassment. Isn't he? He's an absolute embarrassment. I mean, you've got on one side of the aisle, you've got CM Gunt with his flat pack penis. You know what I'm saying? And then the other side, you've got this fucking guy that married Riley Reid. Look, I've seen Riley Reid. She's done every fucking porn imaginable, and she's another really tiny, small bird that's been fucking blacked. She's had it from every angle. And this is your wife that you want to take to the parent-teacher meetings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She can put on a nice dress. She can bake a couple of cakes, but you can't take that stink off you.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
when her kids grow up, she's going to see it. It's going to be there. I wouldn't even have kids with her because I wouldn't want to put my children through
Right.
the level of abuse that they're going to go through for the rest of their life. He's a selfish idiot. And there's no glamour. I mean, Riley Reid is a good-looking bird, but there's no glamour in being with an ex-porn star. Have you seen Jenna Jameson lately?
Oh yeah,
Fucking
she's
look at the
trash.
state of it.
She
Look
is
at the
trash.
state of it.
Blue Lotus makes a good point in the chat. She says there's a part of us watching that wants Scarlett to be okay someday. but she doesn't really help the situation much. Yeah, she's she's cooked, bro. She's fading into
Who posted that picture of her looking really bloated? I think was it you? Or was it you? Someone did. Was it you, Hujan? Someone where she was definitely white, right?
probably Hujan.
And
Yeah.
she looked bloated. Like everyone goes on about her big hands, but her face and everything, she looked fucking bloated.
Well,
Man.
that's
She looked
what,
like, you know how alcoholics go.
Yeah.
Alcoholics get really bloated.
That's what the ministry was talking about. How she has those huge hands. By the way, go watch Ministry of the Dude. They come on 5 o'clock Pacific, 6, 7. It's 8 o'clock Eastern. Good guys. But no, I completely agree with you. She's cooked, bro. She's not coming out. She's got them water retention from doing all those drugs, wreaking havoc on her body. I think that she's going to be out in front of a 7-Eleven with no teeth by the time she's 30 asking for change. Mr. Jiki in the chat says those kids are cooked when they get into junior high with all their friends showing their mom going airtight. 100%, bro. And if this is the crazy thing that women don't realize. I mean, I don't understand how women don't realize how, bro, if you have a child and you send them off into the world like that, they're going to be like fucking heckled forever. The other thing is none of these women ever give back the money. They always come to Jesus, don't they? Find religion, find something. They reform themselves, but they keep the Porsche. They keep the house. They keep everything that they got the money to do, for doing the porn. Isn't that right, John?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I think that's why the porn industry goes after them when they're so young, when their brains aren't really fully formed and they don't realize that my actions now have future consequences. And maybe one day I might want to actually be with a guy and have kids. And I mean, Riley Reid, I think, picked up a baseball player, wasn't he? Like a former baseball, in some sport. I don't know how the fuck she did that. Like, what? This is a successful guy. Why would he want to get with someone with that kind of baggage and just damage? You know, like I don't even mean like to her fucking pussy. I mean like just like the trauma that you have to. I can't even comprehend what would cause a woman to want to get in that industry. Period. You got to have all kinds of damage, in my opinion.
I think that definitely you're hitting the nail on the head. There's all kinds of damage. There's trauma from their childhood. There's all kinds of issues that they need to work on, and instead they get this opportunity to make free money and a whole bunch of attention, so they take it, and then they don't think ahead, and they destroy themselves in the long run. They sacrifice their long-term happiness for short-term, a Porsche. And a lot of them don't even make the money to have a Porsche. That's the thing. That's what's crazy. A lot of them just make a couple $1,000s. Like I'm looking at, Scarlett here. She's driving a Saab that doesn't look like its windows have been cleaned in like 3 years, bro. What was that, James?
She loves that fucking car, though, doesn't she?
What?
What was that?
Hold on,
She loves
guys.
that car.
Hold on.
Oh, we got D-Wag jumping in. D-Wag, what's up, bro?
Chill. I'm trying to talk to my friend fucking Claire like for 2 minutes. Just give me 2 minutes.
Well, you doing a Scarlett crash out, D-Wag? What the hell's going on over there, bro?
Jeez, dude, what a fucking train wreck. Oh, dude. It's a fucking winter storm over here.
Yeah,
It's starting to pick up.
Yeah, I thought it's starting to rain up there in Indiana, bro. Yeah, did you see that stuff about Scarlett? How crazy is that,
I'm
Ralph?
catching up. I'm catching up on it. If you guys, I'm trying to get on here fast enough so you guys can fill me in. Pun intended, cha-ching, with the old, fill her up. But yeah, like, dude, the gas station shit had me dying. If you guys don't know, they're driving around and he looks like he's vanned out. She's over there driving. She's like, I fucking know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I fucking look. Oh my God. He's like, dude, you need to go to a gas station. Like I almost feel bad for Doug, right? Which is what the funny part is, because he's like, she's over there in her sob. Is that what you're saying? Like, and bro, like, she's like, don't forget the fucking duh. I know what I'm doing. I'm not that fucking stupid. Fucking shut up.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
And he's like, I'm out of gas. I'm about to fucking run out of gas. And he's like, I told you, dumbass, to go to the gas station.
Yeah, bro. It looks like the Honeymooners, right? If you guys ever saw the Honeymooners show with Edith and Archie back in the day, bro, it's crazy. The amount of abuse that's going to come through that is insane, man. And I guess they just was that. Do you want?
I was gonna say, like, is this like an act, or is this like are they handing this up? Do you guys think?
No,
Like, 'cause I've only seen a little bit of it.
I think they're wild. I think she did the exact same behavior with Matt Mead, and Matt Mead didn't know how to handle it. Rightly so, because she's crazy.
Yes.
And now Ralph is like he's toxic too, so they're going to be going back and forth at each other. And I guess Ralph just he binned off that interview with Mint Salad. I guess they're not going to be doing that. What is your take on that, D-Wag?
Oh my God, what another fucking train wreck that was, dude. Like I felt like they were cuffing Riley's balls the whole time. For the audience that, who may not have seen it, Mint Salad and Schizo Sean, her new boyfriend, ended up doing this fucking stream where they were going to do this tell all to come back. And it's like they were dogging on Riley, aka Young Clippa, but like it was so fucking awful. Like, I know James got some shit on this, but James take over on that shit, man. That was a fucking train wreck, dude. But yeah, they're trying to do a tell all about Riley, and it's like the whole time he's sitting there like, yeah, Mint didn't appreciate when Riley was doing this stuff. Yeah, what the fuck? And it's like, dude, who the fuck are you? Like her gay boyfriend?
Yeah. One thing I would say is you can't build a platform tearing down somebody else that's going to be positive. The platform's not going to be positive. James, what's your take on that, James? What do you think about that?
Well, just quickly going back to Scarlett, that the porn industry always wants women that come from broken homes and have daddy issues. You know what I mean? And fucking, you only have to look at Scarlett. She goes after older men, doesn't she? She goes after way older men because she's got fucking daddy issues. But with the men thing, right? My take on this was I fucking defended Riley, didn't I?
Yeah.
Because I thought he was in the right on this. I defend him. I get fucking shit from some of me pals. You know what I mean? And then I've had all this blowback this week. You know what I mean? Because in this fucking online world, you have to agree with everyone on everything. You can't have a difference of opinion on certain things. And that's, it comes back to fucking bite you on the arse because people get all bent out of shape. And the Mint thing that annoys me, right? Mint spent 2 hours with her new boyfriend, Schizo Sean, complaining that Riley was some kind of abuser, domestic abuser. And the first thing she's going to do, post Riley, is go on a stream with Ethan Ralph, a known fucking domestic abuser.
Bro.
You know what I mean? So it's okay, right? I think it's lies and fucking bullshit about Riley. Riley's been nothing but good to me. He's been a stand-up guy. He's tried to help me with all this online shit because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean? So he's all right in my book until he does something where he's not right.
James, to your point, I'm just going to pop this in real quick and let you guys get back on it. They didn't even realize that they're like telling on themselves in the live stream because they were like, somebody like said something like, you should have beat Riley's ass. And she's like, oh, I did.
Yeah, she did. She did say that. Yeah, she said she beat Riley's ass until he submitted. I thought that was wild. John, did you catch any of that? Did you see any of this? You got any input on this situation?
Yeah, no, I was in the chat sticking up for Riley also. Me and James jumped in it. And it was just like a bunch of simps, And this guy is sitting there like basically getting cucked live on YouTube where he's there with his girlfriend who can't keep her ex's name out of her mouth.
Yeah, right.
It was really fucking bizarre. I would not sit there for that stream if I was the guy.
Yeah, I felt a little bad for Sean on that one.
You're on your own for this one.
Yeah.
Like, bro, yeah, Riley likes it when I like swallowed his cum. And then like he, pissed in my mouth and I didn't appreciate that. Yeah, she didn't appreciate that at all. She didn't appreciate what the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing? Yeah, well, I don't want to discuss whatever my ex did with somebody else, with one of their ex-boyfriends. James.
Yeah, I'm nowhere near as picky as him. I'm nowhere near as picky.
You'll take him, D-Wag. You'll take him no matter what, right?
I take him, yes. I love her just for her heart. Jesus Christ.
James, well, are they going to be cooked? What are your thoughts on how they're going forward? I know they're going to try to launch a comic book and do some other things. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I did a video about it. My videos are doing quite nicely, and it got no fucking traction. Got about fucking handful of views. You know what I mean? I don't think it's got no fucking longevity because no one's interested. You know what I mean? Like you said, you can't exactly run a stream where all you're going to be talking about is your ex with your current boyfriend. And I liked how Schizo Sean was trying to be very masculine. You know what I mean? Look, I came into the I was the rooster that came into the hen house. I cucked Riley. We were making a fool out of him behind his back. You know, if there was a fight, I'm 6 foot tall and I can beat up everyone. You know, I'm a real hard man. Well, I've got my bunny ears on and pajamas, and I'm streaming through my stolen car that's not mine. You know what I mean? It's like, mate, you're a fucking loser who hasn't got a job. You can't work up a decent lay. You know what I mean? You're gonna be like living off of the mint for how long the mint's got traction. And did you notice me and John were the only two people in that stream that didn't require a brain transplant? It was just basically Rippertards, you know, people from the Ripperverse, right? That have called Riley, called Mint, called Skip. Yeah, go on, dude, if you want.
Oh no, yeah, they've called right. They're just doing it because they're just like they're all, like they talk shit about Mint. They're that side. That's like my issue with that side is that these people all team up just because they don't like Ethan or whoever, like Ethan and Skyver. Like they just team up, and that's why they're friends. Me and James disagree about all kind of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we're still friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
I pick on him all the time.
Well,
Look at it.
you gotta be mature. You know what I'm saying? I mean, D-Wag, I do like you kind of look like you're in your cat lady arc right now, going about looking for something with those glasses, bro. I love
Dude,
it.
I like these glasses.
Yeah, you got the cat
These are the
lady
ones
glasses on.
you drew the picture of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got these, and they're on sale or something. But yeah, so I got them. So thank you. Like I get them to like look goofy and shit, and everybody's like, "Oh, D-Wag, you're looking bitchy today." I'm like, "No, you're still that. Come on, no, make fun of me." That's the point.
Yeah.
So let's have some fun here, man. Instead of like all this garbage shit. But like Ray, I think we talked about the Mint and Schizo the stream. The problem what I don't think they understood was like you guys are dogging Riley, and like there's this making fun of this, like, you know, oh, we left off together. You guys, he doesn't look bad, right? Like Riley doesn't look bad. You guys, he invited you here to his home and let you stay. Like you know what I'm saying? Like Ray.
Yeah,
Like-
that's like betraying generosity. It doesn't look good, and also, you know, consider for a second too the amount of screen time you gave him. You talk about Riley, the majority of the screen time of the podcast, so that's going to make him the most important topic on the podcast. And then you know, when Mint says that she also fights back and is able to beat up Riley, it kind of throws out the whole abuse thing. It's all thrown out the window. Jay, you have any more thoughts on this, James, before we move on?
Well, no, D-Wag kind of summed up what I'm saying, and you know I'm an honest broker because like me and D-Wag bullshit. You know, you can tell we're like fucking long lost brothers, you know, our pals or something. He's always him and Oggy are always going on about the tech stuff, and I'm like, yeah, whatever the fuck, I don't care. You know what I mean? But we were in that chat, right, and it was just basically people that are called Riley, called Mint, called Schizo Sean, some of the worst things you could imagine. The shit that I've been experiencing off that cocksucker pod awful this week and all these alts, thinking he can get lemon with me, but doesn't realise I'm not an online guy. I'm from the main street. I don't give a flying fuck what you say, mate. It's just words. I'm going to let you fucking like shout off into the ether. But they're in there, right? And they're trying to encourage Mint and Schizo Sean because they're using them to attack Riley because Riley is au fait and he's friends with, like D-Wag says, Ethan Van Sciver and Comicsgate. It's all the way for Ripperverse to beat Comicsgate. And I said the one person in there, and I think me and Riley were talking about this, I noticed that there's an account called My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fago Tree. And to me, I think it's just a man LARPing as an Asian woman, you know? And that person's got a wrench in all these channels, right? And just goes around and shit stirs, pretends to be on Comicscape's side, but as soon as there's a bit of anti-Comicscape bullshit in there, you know, stirring the pot. And I think they used to pal around with a couple of people called Jamie, Max, and Josh. D-Wag will know better than this. But that account is an account that just goes and talks out of both sides of their mouth, plays both sides of the fences, and, you know, shit stirring this fucking stupid comic book war between Rippaverse and Comicsgate, that's kind of like hurting everyone's pocket. You know what I mean? They're always looking for weak people online that they can use. You can't fucking use me. You can't use you. You can't use D-Wag. You can't use John because we're honest brokers. You know what I mean? We're on our side. You know what I mean? But you've got all these people going around fucking shit stirring to fight some bullshit war. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. I completely agree. I'm going to throw over to John in a second, but shout out to Tank in the chat. He says, "Oi, oi, bros, what's going on, Tank?" Blue Lotus asked a question. She says, "That sounds so sad. I never paid attention to the breakup of Riley and Mint. What happened exactly? She clearly went nuts if she wasn't already." I think it's just a personal issue. I think that perhaps Mint was ready to move on, and the opportunity came up, and she took it. I don't have any commentary on their on the personal life. We all make mistakes, or we all have different personal situations in our love lives. I'm sure, James, like, you've dated 2 girls or 3 girls at once. In fact, I know you have. I've dated a couple.
10 to 15, 15 to 20,
There you go.
25 plus.
Yeah,
Keep going.
something like
it's
that.
the aura.
Right, it's the aura. D-Wag, I'm sure the same thing with you, D-Wag. You've dated.
I've messaged hot babes all day, dude. I'm chatting. Like, I get all these like South, but like all these like Asian chicks and like Caribbean chicks like messaging me. There's like super hot too. They only like, I don't have to worry about them having a whole bunch of friends like Scarlett, like 5. Like, they got like 2 friends and shit, and they want me, and I'm just sitting there chatting with them. Like, they're gonna I'm gonna have some of them move in with me.
Yeah.
And I just gave them my credit card and stuff so they can like live comfortably until they get over here and shit like that.
No, facts.
Yeah.
Monk Fruit makes a good point. Mistakes. Yeah, mistakes. That's how I'm going to classify as mistakes. But moving on, if you're going to build a platform, you have to build it on positivity. Otherwise, you have to be a parasite destroying other people's platforms. That's only 2 methods you could go to. So they should build their platform on positivity, on something positive, like whatever.
Positively negative.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Right. John, what are your thoughts on closing it up? If you're going to build a platform, it should be on positivity. Or we got a lot of these gossip people out here that continually destroy other people, but that's going to limit your progress ultimately. What are your thoughts on that, John?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I personally, on my channel, I don't do any drama stuff or covering. Even if unless it's something that's like, I do politics and news and stuff.
That's
unless
all
there's
drama.
something that's happening. Well, different kind of drama.
The Epstein, the chopping up kids and all that good stuff. That's heavy drama.
Yeah, but that's relevant to the world.
Yeah, it's not personal. I got you. Yeah,
it's not like personal drama. Like, for instance, I fucking despise with a passion Destiny, the streamer. I don't know if you know who he is.
Oh, I know who he is.
Guy's going through all kinds of. I'll cover his videos all day. Like, argue against his points, whatever. I don't give a fuck about, unless there's some kind of legalities that it's newsworthy to cover. I don't give a fuck what he does in his personal life. If he wants to take it up the ass, that's on him.
Oh, bro, yeah, I can't stand Destiny. I don't cover his shit at all. I mean, if he, maybe some stuff I would cover. I would consider it totally, but I would probably be more of the drama stuff. Now, D-Wag, switching gears a little bit, did you hear that Schwarzenegger's coming back? He's going to do a new Conan. He's going to do a new Predator, new Commando. We also got Stallone producing a prequel for John Rambo. What do you think about that, D-Wag?
Hey, yo, like Adrian, sometimes the man got to be a man. It kind of out of the beginning, you said they're going to do another Predator too with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah. You think it'll be any good? Is it going to be? Are they going to ruin it? What's going to happen?
You guys are more than welcome in the chat to slaughter me. I already know. I like Alien vs. Predator Requiem. Okay, so there ain't a Predator movie you're going to be able to throw at me that I don't like. I know that with my dad and stuff. Like, I know that like Alien vs. Predator Requiem really sucks. It's a terrible movie. Well, I guess we know who ordered the sausage lovers. It's that's a scene from the movie. He's a pizza guy, and he goes, whatever. But
did you see the last Predator movie? Did you like that one with the girl and the half robot and all that?
Yeah, I saw that in theaters and just watched it the other night. I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people who didn't see it think it is. It makes sense. He's a runt, And like, now I'm not trying to get into
But no,
spoilers, but
did
basically, he's
you?
got to
But
go
you
prove
did
himself.
like it though.
I did enjoy it.
Okay, yeah.
I did enjoy it.
What do you think, James? You think that is bringing back Schwarzenegger and Stallone, is that going to make the movies good, or are movies cooked now? What do you think, James? Is the old masculinity
I-
coming back?
I think if you think about sports and now it's moved into sports entertainment territory, if you look at movies now, there's nothing new and it's going back to that old nostalgia beat, isn't it? They're trying to tap into our nostalgia. For me, I disagree with D-Wag on this one. For me, the Predator franchise ended with the first Predator. That's how I feel about it. If they did another Commando, that would pain me because Commando is such a movie from my childhood. I remember I watched that. We used to have this VHS store in Penge, where I used to live with my parents, and they would go and get me these videos, and like I'd be like fucking like 9, 10 years old, and I like 8, and I'd be watching fucking Predator and Commando, and I was like intoxicated. I was in love with these movies. For me to watch that at like such a young age, it was like you'll be ruining my memories. You know what I mean? Because I know it's never going to be as good or how I remember it. And I think with regards to Sylvester Stallone, I think he's been pretty pissed because he lost control of Rocky.
Yeah.
I know it was like a bunch of Jewish guys. They took control of Rocky. They went with Michael B. Jordan and done all the Creed stuff. They cut him out of Creed. He didn't fucking like that. And then what was the other thing that they fucked him off with? I can't remember. But like, yeah, I feel like leave it in the past. Try and make some new stuff. There was even talk about they're going to remake The Longer Friday with Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Now, I love Tom Hardy,
Yeah.
but The Longer Friday is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's timeless. If you fucking remake that, I think there's going to be murders coming from me. You know what I mean? I think I might have to go to Tom Hardy's gaff and sort him out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Straighten him out. You know, and say, look, don't take this role, mate. You're a good lad. I don't want to have to hurt you, Tom. But like, do not touch the legacy of Bob Hoskins and The Longer Friday.
Yeah, I agree with that. We got Professor Grass in the chat. He says, I hope Arnold Schwarzenegger says his new catchphrase, screw your freedoms. Yeah, that's right. You know, a lot of this crazy stuff, like the Arnold sequels, Mr. Jiki says, are going to be, get the last Indiana Jones treatment. Yeah, they're going to be cooked. Like Monk Fruit says, come on, Predator 2 was pretty good. I actually liked Predator 2. I thought it was awesome.
That's the Danny Glover one,
Yeah.
right? Isn't it?
I thought that was
some
really
paper,
good.
like,
Yeah, I thought that was really good.
I disagree. I disavow everything that James says stands for. And if you don't like what I like, fuck you. Okay?
Yeah,
You have to like what I like. You have to live how I want you to live.
yeah,
Okay? If not, we're done.
yeah, we're
I'm
done.
cutting you off.
That's right, you're shunned.
Screw your freedom.
Shunned, you're out. You're excommunicated from the group. Blue Lotus says
Yeah.
she loved Mobland, waiting for season 2. John, are the movies going to be good again? Is Arnold Schwarzenegger cooked because now we know he was the governor of California and he fucked over everybody, stabbed everybody in the back? Can he come back from that? Didn't we already see Stallone's last hurrah in The Expendables? Can he do anything else? What do you think?
Well, the Stallone one, you said they're doing a prequel of Rambo, right?
Yeah, he's going to be a producer in the prequel for Rambo. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that could be really good.
Okay.
I loved the character Rambo, the conflicted, like, psychotic anger of him, of
Yeah.
the character.
Yeah.
You know, he was like trying to be a good guy and they fucking chased him down. You know, the first movie, First Blood.
Yeah.
Great fucking movie. I love the Rambo series. I mean, later on they got really cartoonish with the violence and gore.
Yeah.
And so they were like awesome in a completely different kind of way.
Yeah.
I think if Stallone is actually going to produce it and really, you know, be the full-on driving force behind it, Stallone's great. I fucking love Stallone.
Yeah.
I agree
Hate
with
me
John.
for it. I
I
don't
support
care.
John. John's awesome. Go follow him on every platform. Hell yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. See that? You know, high key badass, crushing cans, throwing them on the ground, picking them up because we don't let her. Let's go.
Well, you know, Stallone did that series. What was that series he did up in where he?
he's Tulsa King. He's doing Tulsa King right
Yeah,
now.
Tulsa King. That's what I was going to say. I saw the first.
I like Tulsa King.
Yeah, I did too. I
like
thought it was pretty good. James,
I
here's
didn't see it, but I saw clips. It looked pretty good.
the first season is pretty good. James, I got a question though. Where's all the young action stars? Is the era of the action star over? And we got like Timothy Chalamet. He's out wearing dresses. What the hell's going on with that?
Look, we're in the era of the twink man. You know what I mean? You know, we're in the era of the feminine man. You know, The days of being like James Domenico Grabban, wearing a tracksuit, running a manor, beating up anyone who gets in his way, that's gone, man. You know, that era's dead, it's over. You know, you can't be like that now. And like the audience for the movies, they're tilting towards women, in my opinion. You know what I mean? That's where they're tilting to. That's the audience they're going for. They're going for the fucking they're going for the alphabet mafia crowd, they're going for the women. It's a lot of soppy romantic bollocks, it's a lot of remakes, it's a lot of rehashes. You know, the action movies of old. And when you think about it, there's not really any like releases, big releases in cinemas. They get a small window, 30 days, and then they bang them on like fucking Netflix or Apple or Disney, you know. So it's like a whole different era and a whole different ballgame. I remember 80s to me was like Gonzo cinema.
Yeah.
You know, 80s action movies, they were fucking amazing. Can you imagine, right? And the people in the chat, do you know, like, can you remember back when you first watched RoboCop and they were killing him before he became RoboCop? That was the fucking shit, mate.
Yeah.
You know, I watched that and I couldn't believe it. Do you remember the first time you watched Total Recall and the head's like exploding at the end, you know, on Mars?
Yeah.
You know, you've got all these, you know, it looks very gonzo, doesn't it? The effects, you know, AI had come in. We haven't got all these digital effects. It's a bit like what I like, you know, I'm like the analog man in the digital way. I like the VHS. Remember you got the VHS and it was all skipping and tripping and bits were missing out of it. You know what I mean? It's like, I fucking love that.
Yeah,
you know
very
what I mean? And
tactile. Yeah.
yeah, it brings back all those nostalgic memories, and like you can't recapture that era because, like you said, you don't have the people. They're talking about Michael B. Jordan like he's like a colossus. I told you, I've seen Sinners, right? Sinners is no Citizen Kane. It's not even as good as From Dusk Till Dawn. It's dog shit. Basically, at the end of the movie, you've got one of the brothers that kills a load of white supremacist racists, wipes them out, and then dies as he looks at his wife as she's breastfeeding his fucking kid. You know, he's dead. And then the other brother becomes a vampire, you know, and he's with this Haley Steinfeld, who's a half white, half black vampire. And this other guy, he's just a fucking blues guitarist who rejected his family, rejected religion, and became a big star. This is not great storytelling. And Michael B. Jordan is not a great because he couldn't carry the Creed franchise because he doesn't have the heart. He doesn't have the passion of Sylvester Stallone for it.
Well,
you know what I mean? He's just like a soulless avatar.
Yeah, it kind of mirrors like what's going on in the NBA right now. There are no people putting their soul into their craft. It's over with. D-Wag, is the era of movies over? Is everybody moving on to video games? Like, is this the reason why it's all, you know, propaganda now? No good movies?
Going back real quick, coming back, Tulsa King is actually good. James, you are undisavowed.
James is back in.
James, I was on the fence. I kicked you out. You're back in. It was fuck you, but now you're cool. Okay. So movies, dude. I mean, bro, like I still that F1 movie with Brad Pitt was pretty good.
The last great movie I saw like that was Dredd, Judge Dredd. That fucking movie was
you ever
awesome.
seen Maverick? Have you seen Maverick?
I didn't like Maverick. I saw it.
You didn't like Maverick?
No, it was like, all right, whatever.
Oh.
I saw it like
love that
3
movie.
times. The first time I liked it. The second time I liked it less. The third time I liked it even less. It felt it felt like too much of a narrative. It felt too much like let's go into Iran and bomb them. Now we're bombing them in Iran. That's what it felt like predictive programming. That's why I
ran.
Yeah.
I ran away from the movie. Yeah, movies.
Yeah, and so
man,
as soon as I sense that it's a predictive programming or like propaganda, I turn off from the movie. I hate it. Can't even go back and watch it again.
yeah,
They're doing a sequel, aren't they? They're doing an F1 sequel.
Yeah, they're gonna do an F1 sequel. Yeah, they're gonna try and make it. I think with
Oh,
NASCAR
that's
or
gonna be
something
terrible.
like that. Yeah, it's gonna.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
Yeah,
probably.
and I didn't watch F1, but I heard it was basically you had to get like all of these blacks and all of these Arabs and all these people to help the white Brad Pitt win his race. So you got a multicultural narrative right in there. What's your thought on that, D-Wag?
I didn't get that. I
No?
didn't get that. He has a black teammate, and he's a young punk, and they do a nice bait and switch at the end.
Okay.
Where like, because Brad Pitt's kind of like tutoring this fucking young wannabe hotshot. He's over there taking pictures. He was taking pictures, trying to be a hotshot. He just came in like 15th place.
Right, but
And
you
Brad's like,
but
what
you
the fuck
didn't.
are you doing?
Yeah, but you didn't sense any of that multicultural stuff. You didn't sense any of that in the movie.
To be honest, I do sense that stuff in the movies.
No,
and
in
it's a
F1.
media
In
turnoff.
F1.
No, yeah, but I didn't get it in F1 because it's actually about a true story. The woman that is an engineer, it is about her.
No,
Like it's a real woman.
no,
It's a real woman.
it's all good. I don't want a movie synopsis. I just wanted to
Yeah,
know if
I
you
know.
knew about the craziness going on, if there's any narratives or anything like that. Because
No,
I haven't
as
seen it
soon
yet.
as I, yeah, I didn't get that in that movie, but as soon as I get a feminist narrative of some fucking toxic masculinity shit, I'm out the door.
Yeah, me too, man. That's why I
Like,
can't watch a lot of these
yeah,
movies. A lot of the movies
yeah,
are lame like that. I'm gonna
yeah.
shift gears a little bit. John, did you hear that Barron Trump got a medical? What was it? He doesn't have to go to the war because he got a medical. I had it right here written down. Not discharge, but a medical exemption. Did you hear about that, John? Do you know why he got a medical exemption?
Of course he did, because he's fucking Donald Trump's son, and the whole internet was saying that Donald Trump's son should have to go fight in the front lines if there's a war.
Right.
That's why he got. This is preemptive.
Well, not only did he make $80 million on oil when it went up that
Yep.
next day, he made $80 million on the oil. He invested the day before, so to speak, but he also got a medical exemption because he's too tall. How about that, John? He's too tall to
Wow.
fight. That's his medical excuse, is he's too tall. How about that? Isn't
They
that
couldn't
crazy?
at least make it something believable, like, you know, he's autistic or something.
Or maybe he has like a web
Um,
foot or something like that. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the guy's been making millions and millions of dollars trading crypto every time his dad makes an announcement
It's
on the
wild,
economy.
right?
And then, oh, well, he just bought a bunch of oil right before his dad attacked Iran, which caused the oil prices to spike.
Yeah.
I mean, this kid needs to be investigated and arrested, and they all need to go down. I'm fed up with all this bullshit.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I felt like that about Maverick, Top Gun. I felt like they're trying to gear up a whole bunch of basically white Americans to go to war, basically. You guys go die
Yeah.
for the Middle East, and we'll go ahead and we'll make our money over here off of what happens. James, did you hear that they dropped that the biggest Moab bomb on in Iran last night? They dropped probably the second time ever this bomb has been deployed, the Moab, mother of all bombs. What are your thoughts on that, James?
Yeah, well, quickly going back to that, I guess being too tall is the new flat feet. But
Yeah,
you can't have
right? Flat feet, too tall?
You can't have. Yeah, you can't have the future president of the United States of America dying for the country that he's going to serve one day. You know what I mean? As president, so
Well, and
I guess that's just it. But no,
it's kind of funny. They don't even want him to go over there and be in uniform. You know, like you got Prince Harry, he was in uniform. You got Prince William, he was in. They both served, didn't they? If I'm not mistaken. They don't even want Barron to even have a joke service. They want him completely out of it.
he's got that gilded life, hasn't he? I suppose he's one of those people in it where they've got his entire life mapped out, haven't they?
100%.
They know where he's going to be.
100%.
He's being groomed for success, isn't he? Groomed for success. But like, no, I imagine if they dropped that bomb, they may be located and were trying to take out Khomeini's son. You know what I mean? Because he's a leader now, isn't he?
Yeah.
If he's like bunkered up, how far does it go down? What was it they said? How far it can get down when they drop it?
I think it was like 60
can't
meters
remember.
or something like that. Yeah. So
it's
200
like,
feet.
what was it?
yeah. So that
D-Wag? 200 feet?
200 feet, I think.
Oh,
I think.
10 feet. Okay. Well, that's different.
No, 200. 200.
Oh, 200. You got to say 200.
Yeah, it's not an MO, and I don't know. I could be totally wrong here. Hold on one sec. I could totally be wrong. I thought it was the MOP, not the mother of all bombs. But
No,
not
it
that
is
matters.
MOP. That's what
they
it's
dropped
Okay.
they dropped a big one that supposedly killed like a bunch of. They dropped a big one on the temple where all the what are those people called? The Ayatollah in training, I guess. They dropped a bomb on their major religious center.
Yeah.
That was a big bomb, but not the mother of all bombs. The mother of all bombs they dropped on a missile.
I heard it was their electrical grid or something like that.
No, it was a missile production factory that was making like 200
Of those little
ballistic
guys.
missiles per month or something like that. So
how to make friends and influence people,
Right.
right?
Now,
And there's not going to be any domestic terror attacks forthcoming in the UK and America, is there?
oh,
Because of the
100%.
fallout of this, you know what I mean?
No,
Fucking hell.
James, Mr. Jiki just said David Robinson was 7 foot and went into the Naval Academy. So he's clearly much taller than
I
Barry.
think that's what they compared him to, and they were saying, wasn't it? The optics didn't look good. You've got like this, you've got this black sports star, and you had this white privileged kid, and I think there's only a couple of inches between them, and they were saying that was the reason. I don't know why they even brought it up. I'm like what I've been dealing with, right? It's like apples and oranges, right? But I've been getting dogs abuse from certain sectors of the online community, and I just fucking ignore it. If someone was saying, right, if some leftist was going, oh yeah, your son's got to go to war, your son's got to go to war, because that's what I just fucking ignore it. Don't come out with some bullshit like flat feet, fucking he's too tall, his nose is too big, his ass is too wide.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares, right? He's Donald Trump's son. He ain't gonna ever see active duty.
Yeah.
Fucking George Bush was hiding up a tree. Fucking, Bill Clinton got an exemption. Trump got an exemption. Powerful people always get exemptions because they don't want to die in some stupid fucking war in a foreign land. I've had family members. They fucking died in a foreign land. You know what I mean? Never to be fucking seen again. Buried in some fucking unmarked grave in some shithole country. You know what I mean?
I gotta
It's not
agree with you,
exactly.
James. I agree with you. I'm way too good looking and handsome and charming to go over there and die. And I'm too powerful. Like, if I wanted to fight, I mean, I'd be like Rambo. Speaking of, going back. But yeah, it's like, fuck, you don't want me going over there and getting shot? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I
You
always
get me?
said. Too pretty to fight. Yeah, let's just let's argue this out. I don't want to fight.
They're
No,
always saying in this country, they're always going, you've got to go and fight for Ukraine or something. You know what I mean? You're an English patriot. You love this country. You should be going out and fighting for this country. What? Fighting for a fucking foreign country? And like, if I fight for this country, right, who am I fighting for? Am I fighting for the 6 million Muslims that will throw me off a fucking cliff first chance they get? You know what I mean? Who the fuck am I fighting for? England isn't even England anymore.
yeah, facts. Mr. Jiki says being tall only keeps you out of certain aspects of the military. You can still join 100%. And the other thing that I was going to say is that when all of this is going on, they're trying to cultivate these military movies and whatnot to get you to get nostalgic or patriotic about your country, so you'll go over there and do what they don't want you to do. They're blacking out a lot of the videos that are coming out. Like, apparently there's hundreds of missiles falling down on Tel Aviv and different military bases, American military bases, and they're not even letting those videos get out. So we don't have a clue what's really going on over there.
I think the part that you guys missed a little bit, that none of you guys mentioned, is the fact that if they're getting him an exemption now, that means they're getting ready to start the draft.
That's a
otherwise,
great point.
why? Otherwise, you have to go actively, willingly sign up, right?
Yeah.
So they're not gonna. He doesn't need an exemption unless they're gonna do a draft.
Yeah.
You genuinely
probably
think they're
what's
going to
gonna
do boots on the ground?
Oh, they're definitely gonna do boots on the
Yeah,
ground.
the interesting thing about that, James, is that they've already been practicing a lot of maneuvers of boots on the ground here in America with different helicopters and whatnot. So that you have to ask the question: how long ago did they plan this?
I have no idea.
Have you guys heard
I don't
about
see where
the,
you're getting support. Sorry, John.
No, I was gonna say, have you guys heard about the lobster and steak dinner thing with the military?
Yeah.
Whenever they're
Explain
getting
that.
ready to deploy.
Explain that.
So whenever military's getting ready to deploy, they give them like lobster steak dinners, like really nice dinners, and that happened like 2 weeks ago. I saw videos of military people getting those dinners. So it's any day now, really.
You ready to get
It's
your
gonna
legs shot off? Here's a steak dinner. You know what I mean? Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Max
You
says.
slap you on your ass.
Max says Dumpster Jesus is speaking truth. I think he's talking about you, D-Wag. You look like Dumpster Jesus.
Dude,
Let's
who was
fucking
that? Who was that?
Max
Who was that?
Clamor. Max Clamor.
Oh, that's my dude. That's the clam hammer, baby. What's up, clam?
Yeah.
That's the clam, bro. Clam ham is the man. Let's go.
Bro, Clamhammer, you got a big fan in D-Wag over here. Let's fucking
dude.
go.
We gotta get him on here one day.
Yeah.
That dude's fucking awesome.
Well, and Max Clamhammer, he makes up a good point. They've been talking about war with Iran for a long time. In fact, they just double tapped that school over there. James, did you hear about them double tapping that school? That children's school? They asked Trump about it, and he didn't really deny it. He just said he'll have to check on it.
Yeah, it was where the
Accidents
general's
happen.
kids went.
What was that, James?
Go ahead, James.
I just said accidents happen in the theatre of war, don't they? You know,
Twice.
You know, what can you do? You
Within
know?
30 minutes.
Well, if you want to make the mistake, if you make a mistake once, you want to make sure that you make the mistake correctly
Yeah.
the second time. You know what I mean? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, you know, I know these fuckers. They're hiding. They're just like them Palestinians. You know what I mean? They hide all the bombs in schools and fucking hospitals and stuff. I know.
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta fix your audio. It dropped out one more time, bro. That audio. I thought I got that thing ironed out. I know. One more time. Let's go. Okay, you're back.
One more time for the chat.
All right,
Let's
you're
see.
back.
Go, James.
Let's go. Now, yeah, James, you were saying that they were totally
Accidentally, deliberately. You know what I mean? You can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs, can you? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, no, 100%, bro. And that's what they say that they're doing. They asked President Trump about it, and he said, "No, I don't think so. I don't think so." And then, it comes out. I think they did. They got confirmed that they double tapped, which means they bombed first time, and they waited 30 minutes until the responders got there. Then they bombed them again. Now, John, you just added a very important piece of information, which was this school is what? Tell him, John. Tell him what you just said.
It's where all the military generals. That's where their kids went to school.
Yeah,
The military base is like right next to it, within a mile or so of that school, and that school was like a private school where all of their kids went to school.
Yeah, so they're cutting off their children.
Targeting.
Yeah, that is insane, bro.
They're trying to take their will to fight. Like and it's not gonna work. Like if I just found out that my kids got blown up, I'm gonna fight you 20 times as hard.
They want the fight. They want the fight.
Yeah.
They want to get Iran so that Israel can become a regional power. And don't forget, people, why did we go to war in the first place? Because Israel thought Iran might attack them. That's why we went to war.
Marco Rubio said that Israel was going to go in, and if we didn't, whether we went in or not, so we had to go in. That's what Marco Rubio said.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Follow the leader, boys. Follow the leader.
That's exactly what it is, man. Now, D-Wag, I was going to bring up something really interesting. I thought you might like this. The Israeli real estate brothers, the Alexander brothers, they're buddy with Jared Kushner. Jared Kushner even brought them to the White House for the Hanukkah party. They were just convicted of sex trafficking. Some other people mentioned that Kushner's the new Epstein. What are your thoughts on that, D-Wag? Is Jared Kushner the person that our president's daughter is married to? Is he the new Epstein?
Shit, oh boy,
That's pretty heavy, bro.
Jeffrey.
That's pretty heavy.
So this really isn't my area of expertise. Like, Ray, like if you want to give me some deets, like I try to stay. I was like, I don't know, I know that like the fucking Israelis or the Palestine people, like they all do scheming. They be scheming and scamming bullshit.
He's definitely massage, you know.
Yeah.
D-Wag, are you massage? Are you massage,
Yeah,
D-Wag?
I love a good massage. You know what
You
I'm
like a
saying?
good massage. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm
You know?
talking about.
Let's
Clip that,
go.
clip that.
Yeah, he needs a good massage. Flip it.
Have you seen that heat map, like? Have you seen that heat map in Israel? Like when they do the heat map, where they got like fucking more nonsense per capita than you've fucking ever seen in your life.
Yeah. They have
It's like fucking
more pedophiles per capita. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
they
black
say
people
that-
don't. I know black people don't understand per capita, so you have to explain it to them. But like, they've got like more nonsense per capita.
Yeah, roast them. Now, John, what are your thoughts on this? You got the Jared Kushner bringing in very wealthy real estate moguls, very wealthy Alexander brothers, and they just got caught and convicted of child trafficking. What are your thoughts on that, John?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that Kushner is Epstein, right? But I would say he's Epstein adjacent, meaning like he's probably funding and supporting whoever is the actual current / next Epstein.
That's pretty
But
crazy. He's that
not gonna
close to
get
the
his hands
president.
dirty with it.
Well, he's that close to the
Well,
president. And then also you got Trump mentioned over how many, like 1 million times in the Epstein files or some shit like that. And they've been all keeping those files from us.
The Trump number, and look, I'm no Trump supporter. I was, but I'm not anymore for a while now. But the Trump number, it's not real because the Epstein files include a lot of people who were calling in like, hey, if you know anything about the Epstein stuff, call in now. And then you get all these schizos calling in saying, Trump raped me.
So it's not a validated number is what you're saying. I see
No,
what
but
you're saying.
he appears several thousand times, I'm sure. I'm not saying he's not in the files, like the actual files themselves, but the number is definitely inflated because of all this other stuff that came out after, you know, all the call in if you have any tips, and then all those calls, the transcripts get thrown into the files. So it's the left is using it to push more. It's like Trump had this. I was talking about this last night, but Trump, there are so many valid, legitimate things to complain about with him, and the left completely ignores all that shit and makes a bunch of shit up. And then it's like, now you're making me defend this asshole.
Well, that's what it's
Because
all.
you
That's what
guys
it's
are-
about. That's what it's about. There is no
Yeah.
left. There is no right. It's one machine made to move sheep around. We are the sheep. Blue Lotus in
Exactly.
the Blue Lotus in the chat. She says, where'd she go? Damn it! It just moved. Oh, never fight someone who just lost everything. That's the most dangerous enemy. 100% agree with that. Damn, that's a based comment. On the John says, D-Wag actually is a beekeeper. You look like a beekeeper. That's what On the John says.
Yeah,
He's
look on
Mossad. He's
the
definitely
chat.
Mossad.
Hey, and for everybody in the chat that is a Trumpy, I am your Trumpy. You guys could vote for and support on the panel. I am the Trumpy on the panel. So you guys not to feel isolated. We're here.
Trumpies represent. Trumpies represent.
Yeah.
James, I was going to bring something up about Iran, though. Strangely enough, Iran did participate in the whole COVID thing. They did participate in 5G, trying to get that infrastructure, 6G everywhere, and they are pushing for digital IDs. So doesn't this sound like they're kind of in on the whole thing? Is this all theater to change up the regime just to get a different I don't know, leaders in there so that they can get
you get a different outcome. You get the outcome that you want.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
what-
the outcome that they're trying to push. You know what I mean? It's like suddenly in this country, you know, we're scrapping jury trials. You know what I mean? The country, you know, one of the birthplaces of democracy, and we're pushing ahead with scrapping jury trials. Now I don't care who you are. You can be like the fucking biggest scum of the earth, or you can be a geezer like me who's got all the aura. But if I'm ever in a pinch, I want a jury trial. You know, I want to be judged by my peers. It's my right as an Englishman. You know, the digital ID's moving forward, but they keep having to make amendments because people like me are kicking up a fuss and chipping away at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think personally, that's what they do. They do kind of like a regime change. I don't think you'll see Keir Starmer last much in this country beyond May when he gets slaughtered in the local elections, and then they'll find a new leader in the Labour Party that will say stop someone like Shabana Mahmood, because Shabana Mahmood, this is very weird, right? This is hard for me as a proud Englishman, but Shabana Mahmood is a Muslim, and she's being very hard on illegal migrants and migrants. She's trying to curb them. She's trying to get them out of the hotel. She's trying to get the numbers down, but she's very hated within her own party. So if you get a leader that's on the left, you could see Shabana Mahmood removed. You could see the jury trial thing getting scrapped, and you could see the digital ID pushed forward. But you're going to need a leader that's more left-wing than Keir Starmer. So I'd imagine he gets removed. And I'd imagine that's similar in Iran. You know, you do a regime change and you get a different outcome. But you've got Khomeini's son. And Khomeini's son, if he isn't dead, he's a hardliner just like his old man. So I don't actually know what Donald Trump's trying to achieve here, because he hasn't achieved anything. He's just removed an old man who's a hardliner, deaf to America, and replaced him with a younger man who's a hardliner and deaf to America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you haven't really done anything. You've cost your country a lot of money. You've rocketed up oil prices, and you probably exposed yourself to domestic terror attacks like ourselves.
100%. He's also made a martyr of the Shia leader, which was the Ayatollah. So now they're gonna, you know, they martyred him, bro.
We're having marches for him in London.
Yes,
we're having marches for him.
They're gonna
marches for the regime, marches for the Ayatollah. You know, there's people in this country you know, like we always talk about with Forest Mate, the old white protesters that get bussed around the country. They're on the side of Iran. They're
Yeah.
on the side of the Ayatollah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Winston Churchill's being removed from banknotes. You know,
Yeah.
they're defacing his statue. They hate war. They hate the West. And they hate United Kingdom. And they hate America.
Yeah, how wild is it that none of the immigrants are going to fight? You know what I'm saying? It's all of the citizens that are getting shit on. All the immigrants are getting free housing, free food, free clothing, a little gas card, free phones, and all that. D-Wag, I wanted to ask you a question about Erica Kirk. Are you there, D-Wag? I see you out there walking around, buddy.
Oh, my secret crush.
All right, well, I'll ask John the question. Why? I don't know. I think D-Wag's out. He's walking. I see him walking around somewhere.
No, sorry. I got guys. I'm back. I'm just kind of showing you the problem with immigrants here. Is you get them all invading your fucking country, and then they come and they shit on your fucking, your parking lot. Look at all this shit.
Yeah.
Look at this shit. Look at them. Look at them swimming over there. These little fucking. These are fucking.
Well,
the Mossad.
Mossad ducks.
Look at them.
Mossad geese. Is that what you got on?
Canadian swans.
Canadian swans.
Them gooses.
Yeah.
All these gooses.
Gooses.
They come over here. They shit on my parking lot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to walk around here and talk to my bruvs. You know what I mean? I got to
nice slides. Nice slides.
You're wearing sandals. Jesus Christ.
He's wearing sandals.
Yeah.
All right, I got a serious
You're
question.
giving away the feet pics for free.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. You should be charging for those feet pics. Come on, D-Wag.
Scarlett Hanson's next boyfriend.
Yeah. Let's give Scarlett your number. Let's fucking go. Now, D-Wag.
Okay.
Erica Kirk.
All right.
Erica Kirk just got appointed to the Air Force Academy Board. What the hell is that all about? And the real question I want to ask is: Are her and Trump fucking? Is that what's going on here?
Wow. Hold up. I mean, hold up. Why the fuck? Like, you might as well have Tom Cruise. Like, your mother was at least in Maverick.
It doesn't make any sense. Why would he appoint her to the Air Force Academic Board or the Air Force Academy Board? I guess she's
as a Trumpy, I guess I have to make a Trumpy answer and just say it's probably for some kind of country morale boost, I guess. I don't know. I don't know on that one.
I think maybe it's because she's familiar with sending her man to his death. That could be it.
That's gonna get clipped.
Are they fucking though? Is Erica Kirk and Trump? Did they do the thing?
I don't know. I mean, you got to ask the man himself. James grabbed him by the pussy. What do you think, James?
James, yeah. Did they
James
fuck?
Graham?
What are your thoughts on that, James?
I did her bigly. I did her often. And I did her while Charlie was alive. I didn't like to do it, but I couldn't resist it. She's blonde. I love blondes.
Yeah.
Did you see me when I was dancing with Jeffrey, my good friend Jeffrey Epstein? We were dancing and looking at blondes.
Yeah.
Nah, I'll believe anything, mate, now.
Well,
And like, I'll believe anything, because the thing about Erica Kirk, right? I know women, right? And that bitch is a fucking stone cold psycho, man. You just have to look at her eyes, man. She is psychotic, right? I genuinely believe that she probably never loved Charlie Kirk.
I don't
I
either.
genuinely believe that. I genuinely believe she probably saw something in him, married him, realized that he was doing all this campus shit, and he was going to be a really big deal in the conservative movement, and she attached herself to a rocket. And then maybe she got bored of him. I don't know, but she didn't seem too concerned about his death. She's turned his death into theatre. I mean, she's turned it into theatre. This is not exactly a grieving widow, is it? Look, I'd like to think, right, that all the women in the chat, like Pat and Kerry, and Blue Lotus, if I died tomorrow, right, and I no longer streamed, I'd like to think they'd at least mourn me for more than 6 minutes. I'd like to think they'd mourn me for 12 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd like to think there would be a more, and when she did the fake crying and she wears the power suits and she's taken over.
With the fireworks,
Was
the pyro, yeah.
DP USA, she's taken over. And you've got all these other goofy kids now, haven't you, that are trying to take up the mantle. These idiots that go around campuses and do the campus talk again.
Oh my God.
And they're all like fucking Timu versions of Charlie Kirk. And I'm like, this doesn't help the conservative movement. She's going to turn people off. I bet she turns John off. And John's a Politico guy. I bet she's going to turn people off like conservative politics. You know what I mean?
Well, good news, James. Blue Lotus in the chat said she would mourn you, and Pat said for 12 minutes. Pat,
I mean,
Yeah, thank
goddamn.
Pat also said that since she was 18, she's been around Trump. So Trump has known her since she was 18. What are your thoughts, D-Wag, on that?
I mean, goddamn, bro. They had some pyrotechnics, bro. That shit would look like a goddamn Kiss concert up in that
It
motherfucker,
did.
bro.
It looked like a Kiss
I mean, I
concert.
was getting pumped.
Yeah.
I was getting pumped off of it personally. You know what I'm saying? America, fuck yeah. But like, didn't she used to date some other guy that went around and he was one of the first people, I think, campus reform. She like dated that guy too. She was on a reality show
and a professional
Like-
baseball player. Yeah, she dated a professional baseball player. Yeah, 100%.
She dated the one guy from campus reform that would go around asking people like, hey, who do you think said this quote? And it'd be something racist, and it'd be like Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, and all that. Like the kids would be like, oh, that's obviously Donald Trump. No, this was Joe Biden. It was super predators or some bullshit.
Yeah, no, she was.
Like,
she was with that guy for a long time before that too, and also there's been pictures of, I think pictures of her, like she hired him or something like that to in Turning Point USA. But the whole thing's weird. John, do you have any clarification on that? Are you familiar with that situation?
Yeah, I'm not sure what he did before, but yeah, she did hire him in Turning Point USA, and like her and Charlie and the ex would go out and
Bro, how weird is that?
events
It's
and
so
stuff.
cringe, dog.
She's a fucking pole climber, and by that I don't mean the dick. I mean like she's trying to get up up as high up as she can, no matter which pole she's got to get on, and it would not shock me one bit. I mean, I was watching ROTC yesterday, and I saw the clip that they were showing of her with Trump, and it's like,
And she kissed him. I was like, what the fuck is that?
That just looked a little weird.
Super weird.
It
I
really
think they're
did.
fucking. I agree with Royce and Mersh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trump's
I do
got that
too.
weird magnetism, hasn't he?
Yeah. What'd you say, James?
I'm just saying, like, it's the same thing with Ethan Ralph. When I look at Trump, right, he's got that weird fucking magnetism, isn't he? It's like Ethan Ralph, you know what I mean? When he puts it on a bird. You know, I can't stand the geezer. I think he's a fucking prick, right? But he did manage to, Mersh even said it, right? Credit where credit's due. He did manage to put it together, you know? He got it into his head that he wanted to go to Chicago, see M. Gunn, and he wanted to slap a bird about. And he made it happen. You know what I mean? You know, so you got to give him credit for that. You know what I mean? There's like this fucking, he's got like this weird, it's that. You know what I mean? He's got like this fucking weird magnetism that some like poured down on a lot bird likes. You know what I mean? And Trump's the same. Trump doesn't help himself because he likes the blondes and he creeps around the birds, doesn't he? You know what I mean? Remember when he did that interview with his daughter? When he said if they weren't related, they'd probably be dating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was,
Yeah.
you know, who was that? I can't remember. John will probably know. He knows more stuff than me.
That was
but
his.
what
That was his
interview?
daughter. I don't remember the interview. I think he was on stage giving a speech, and his daughter was there, Ivanka, and he was like, "Oh yeah, if she wasn't my daughter, she'd better watch out," or something like that.
Yeah. He's also called her a
it was
great piece of
creepy.
ass. Yeah. Like
These
it's just
motherfuckers
fucking-
right here, bro. Hold on, these motherfuckers right here. This dude eyeballing me, bro. I'm gonna beat this motherfucker's ass,
what are
dude.
you doing out there chasing geese, bro?
I'm being a Darren. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, get along, go. Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
these motherfuckers are ruthless, bro. They don't give a fuck.
No, they
Like this motherfucker over here,
they're
he's walking around
aggro.
with a goddamn template,
Well, that's
bro.
what-
Look at this motherfucker, dude.
That's what we do on Bruvs Unite. We bring the geese to you, man. We bring it in all
Do
the
you know, if
birds.
this was in-
all the
Yeah,
birds.
these geese
If this was in England, the immigrants would be wringing their neck and eating them.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Hey, dude, that's a fucking crime here, dude.
Yeah.
You fucking
Yeah,
you
it is.
touch
It
these.
is.
Yeah.
You
These
can't touch the
motherfuckers
swans
do
because they're under royal appointment.
Yeah. It's against the law in England
Dude,
too,
it's
D-Wag.
bullshit.
Yeah. Now,
No, that's fucking gay.
D-Wag, did you? Let's changing gears a little bit. Did you see Andrew Tate? Now
Yeah.
he's all going after Sneeko. He's gonna dox his whole family and all that stuff. Did you see all that?
Whoa, I didn't see that. I
Yeah.
didn't see that.
Andrew Tate's all
Oh, shit, this is
butthurt,
gonna be good.
angry at Sneeko. Wants to release all kinds of old pictures of him from when he was 17 and shit, calling him gay and everything. And what's that all about? Is Andrew Tate wrong or what's going? And Sneeko seems to be he's anti-war. Andrew Tate's pro-war.
Yeah, oh man. So speaking of one thing we're gonna be doing over on my channel soon, a little plug. We're gonna be doing animation. Zaid was working on my Andrew Tate
Yeah,
motion capture auto lip sync rig
yeah.
today. So this is good. But yeah, I saw that Andrew Tate was saying that Nico was gay for him, right? And it looked damn, I look good as a motherfucker, bro. But look, I don't know. I mean, yeah, didn't we all take? Did you guys?
Need to
I
clean
took
those
gay
shades
ass
already.
pictures when I was 17 to 19. I take all those gay ass pictures, like down on my knees for like, like for no reason.
Yeah. I mean,
You
everybody's
know,
taking those crazy
ow,
pictures, right? Everybody's taking,
right.
and we've all, bro, we're all guilty. Maybe we sent one too many nudes to a girl who didn't want them, and then she's gonna tell you about it. You know, what are you doing, dude?
Oh.
What's going on right there? You,
I got scuff. Oh, dude, look at that scuff. Ow. Oh, yeah, I hurt. Okay, sorry. But yeah, I don't know. Uh, James, do you guys look up to Andrew Tate? Like, isn't he an Englishman? He's one of your kind, right?
He tried to steal bruv culture off me. I don't look up to him.
Yeah.
And he's half a black man. I don't look up to him. What are you talking about?
Well,
It's like the funny thing. The
Go on,
funny thing
James.
about Andrew Tate is right. Like I tell you about this. This is not me boasting, but like how this situation I dealt with this week. I don't block people. I don't mute people. I don't bubble people. I don't grasp people. I don't go after their money. I don't go after their channels. You can say whatever you want to me at any given time, and I'll just roll with the punches. If Andrew Tate is bruv culture and an alpha male, then you don't fucking snake a guy
No.
that you're not friends with anymore. You
Right.
don't bubble him. You don't try to ruin his life. You don't try to steal his income or put a stop to that. If you have a disagreement, that's fine. I'm getting dogs abuse, right? These fucking scumbags, right? And Ray knows this. They're doing AI shit about my mother,
Yeah.
right? They're fucking doing AI shit, right? And I haven't said a word because I don't roll with that. They're beneath me. I don't give a fuck, mate. Knock yourself out. I will never respond to you.
Facts.
I will never engage. But I also won't hurt your channel. You
Yeah.
know, I won't go after you, your channel, your fucking ex. They fucking took my ex down.
Yeah.
I was without my ex for about half a day because they went after me
Yeah.
because they're vindictive. And that's Andrew Tate. If you're an alpha male, stop behaving like that. Whatever disagreement you got with Sneeko, just fucking leave it. Walk away. Be your own man. And don't be fucking like you said, didn't he? He's doing all this money in the Middle East. You know, being Mr. War propagandist. I mean, what the fuck's all that about?
Yeah. Now, John, he says Andrew Tate says he's got like basically business partners in Israel. He's got a lot of business in Israel. He owns real
Yeah,
estate
he
in
had
Israel.
an Israeli tech team or something.
His girlfriend's Israeli, one of his baby mamas and all that kind of stuff. Is he getting paid to smear Sneeko because Sneeko's anti-war? Is that what's really going on here?
You know, I'm not sure.
Like, why would Andrew Tate ignore Sneeko for so long, and now all of a sudden he's going after Sneeko?
Well, he hasn't ignored him for a long time. They've done streams together and stuff.
Well, they did streams, but then after that, he ignored him. He wouldn't even say his name for like 2-3 years.
For a while.
Yeah.
And I think that was, I think Andrew Tate's being a little bitch right now.
100%, bro. 100%.
But I do agree with him when he says like Sneeko basically was like sucking on his balls. Like, you know, Tate started the red pill thing, then Sneeko jumped on it, and Sneeko started trying to be more like Tate. And then Tate became a Muslim, and then Sneeko went and became a Muslim, right? I do see what Tate is saying about Sneeko as far as like Sneeko's past from where he was to where he is now. But, I mean, I think Sneeko has been pretty on point with his takes on things lately.
You know, what I would say is that Sneeko's a young guy. He's trying to look for his own, make his own way, make his own path. You know, so he's trying different things. Rollo Tomasi was one of the first guys that did the red pill, and then he did the thing with Myron Gaines, and then they brought Andrew Tate on to do that whole. That was the first time that he really came on, you know, screen for America. But he had been trying to get famous for an awful long time. Both him and his brother have been both trying to get famous for a long time.
Well, they did Tate was on Big Brother in England, and then he got kicked off because, I don't know, something.
Well, also, Tate knows Candace Owens' husband. Did you know that?
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
did.
supposedly he would bring women to their party, and so he was like
He's like
a
some
pimp.
lord guy. He's like some son of a lord, isn't he? Or
Yeah,
something?
he's a mob guy, 100%. And Andrew Tate even
Yeah.
said that he was a mob guy. That he had he worked with the mob over in Romania and different parts of the world. That he had like
That Tate did, or that
Tate
her
did.
husband?
That Tate did.
Oh.
And he had like
Yeah, I believe that.
gambling stuff like casinos and whatnot. And you know, that's
I
kind
think
of
he's partnered with casinos, or he's part owner of a casino. I don't think he owns, you know, the casinos outright, but I know he's
could be
business partners with a group probably that owns a bunch of casinos.
right.
I mean, Tate is interesting to me because he's really funny. I mean, let's forget the Sneeko beef, right? Ignore this for what I'm about to say. He's really funny. He's got a lot of insight into how these billionaires move, and he talks about it, and he gives pretty good analysis. Now, I don't trust anything that anyone says 100% because anyone who reaches the kind of prominence that these people reach, they're getting pushed for a reason. Either they're outright corrupt, or they're pushing a message that the establishment wants being pushed for whatever reason that we just can't comprehend because we don't know the inner workings. But I do like hearing what Tate has to say about things, but right now he's
funny. He's funny.
He used to be
really
funny. He used to be funny. I don't know if he's so much funny anymore. When he first came out and he was like a shock jock, he was funny. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
He's like he's an absurd character, isn't he? You know, he wears extremely tight trousers. He's always got his top off. He's got a weird accent that's not like my accent, and yet he makes out like he's from London or South London. You know what I mean? He don't talk fuck all like me. But he's just this weird. He's got the bald head going on. You know what I mean? He's got the bravado. He was doing all that shit in Romania. But like,
he's a
the only problem
boxer too.
Yeah, and then he got beaten up by a geezer from a reality TV show when he had a fight, didn't he? Fucking, he got absolutely fucking ironed out, didn't he? Because you can't fight. And I keep telling this to people, right? Me and Ray were talking about this before John hopped on. And it's like, why is everyone, right, men of our age, you know, the Chad Zumarks, the fucking Kevin Brennans, everyone in the Dabbleverse, Rippleverse comics game, going, oh yeah, we'll have a fight. We'll have a boxing fight. It will end badly for you, mate. Fucking Andrew Tate is in peak physical condition and he got fucking beaten up by a fucking puffy reality TV star. It will end really fucking badly for you. Don't fucking, like, stop trying to be a tough guy and offering people out to fights. It will end very, very fucking badly for you. And the only problem I got with Sneeko is Sneeko started going after dogs. Because, you know, I fucking hate saying this because it makes me sound like a bird. But I'm a dog lover. I'm a lover of dogs, you know. You know, I've got fucking Ray dog tattoo there, you know what I'm saying? It's like dogs mean the way, and he's Muslim and they're not haram. So he goes after dogs all the time now. So that's the only gripe I've got with Sneeko. But if you want to make it, right, like me, Ray, John, D-Wag, I hope we all make it, right? But if one of us makes it great, you're going to have to get your fucking hands dirty.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do some stuff. You know what I mean? You're going to have to be, if you want to be a fucking Andrew Tate, if you want to be a Jim Skin, if you want to be a fucking HS Tiki Toki, you don't get 1 million views by not fucking greasing a few palms, you know, getting your hands dirty, doing a few favors. You have to fucking get in the muck and bullets.
No, I agree with that. We got On the John in the chat. He says Andrew Tate is a fucking scam artist. I kind of agree with him on that. Max Clammer, he says...
Shut up, On the John. Don't ever speak about fucking St. Andrew like that. Oh, come on, fucking Ministry dude, and slap the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, you think you can hide in Canada? After I finish with Pod Awful, I'll fucking do you.
There you go. Clip that one. We got Max Clammer. He says Tate was funny, but now he's a joke 100%. Tate's kickboxing record is super fake. It could be true. Could be true. King Yeti in
Look
the
at all
chat.
these haters. It's anti-English fucking propaganda.
No.
Mate.
He's half American too. He counts. Ministry of the Dude's going to be coming on in about 5 minutes, so everybody go jump over there.
We're going to stream over you,
Watch
mate.
them
We're going to
next.
destroy you.
We're going to go get them next. But no, we're going to wrap it up here in about 5 minutes. You know, top of the hour. I like to keep it tight 2 hours, bro. Don't want to go too past that.
Yeah, you want to keep it tight. That's what Ralph said. He wanted to keep it tight.
Holy shit, dude. Wait, we're bringing this stream back around.
That's right. We're bringing it back around,
like,
baby.
James was talking about, you know, steady fucking relationships. You know, we're talking about fucking, you know, Erica Trump. You know, that's shit going on. You got the fucking, you know, Mitten schizo stream. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? Like, come on, bro. We gotta tighten this shit up. But Ray, speaking of some fun here, I do gotta Paulus, my animator, just showed me last night. He has the funniest Candace Owens fucking caricature, dude. Like she looks like ET with her eyes spread out like
Right, right,
American
right.
Man by Spin. But real quick, are we doing the lunch table Friday? We're gonna start getting that going popping.
Yeah,
What's going on?
Yeah, we're gonna do. I'm gonna start doing a Friday stream for everybody who wants to come on. We're gonna add that as well. Coming up to get we're gonna get DWAG, gonna get him streaming, gonna get some of his animations going. So we're gonna get that going. So on Friday about 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, and same time 10 p.m. UK for James. And we might try to get Ebi on there too. I know he's over there. He's a Spaniard, but we're gonna make that happen. We gotta see what DWAG's got going with his animations and everything he's been cooking up. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. So come by and check that out too. Now as we wrap it up, DWAG, you got anything to wrap up? Where can people find you?
Right now you can find me at Darren Wagner, my name, X on Twitter right now. I do have a YouTube channel. I haven't been posting anything. We've been gearing up to get into this animation stuff. I'm
Well, you're breaking up there.
Thank God he shut up.
He
Thank God he shut up.
So we
I
got,
thought
like,
he never shut
we
up.
got
I
the
swear that.
X-Men. Hey, shut up, Jason. We're not making you, okay, buddy? Shut your mouth. But yeah, we got, dude, Ray's throwing me fucking gold. We got a Jeffrey Epstein, my buddy Dave Studios made, and it looks fucking killer.
What's your
Jeffrey?
What's your YouTube DWAG?
It's my name. It's my name at Darren Wagner Official. Somebody else already has Darren Wagner. It's fucking the dude's got like one video.
All right, we got you right here.
Fuck.
We got you right here. Go check him out, Darren Wagner on YouTube. We got right there. Go check him out. He's gonna have some animation, some fun stuff. If you guys know, he used to do a whole bunch of this stuff before.
Yeah. I gotta run.
All
Speaking of, get across the street.
All right,
Okay.
Go, get back to that dumpster, bro. Get back to that dumpster. All right, later. All right, John. What's your closing thoughts, and where can people find you?
My closing thoughts. You were asking earlier about the regime change in Iran.
Yeah.
And what the goal is. I mean, which conspiracy theory do you want to go down? But they both lead to the same place.
Right.
You know, they're one of the countries that doesn't have a Rothschild-controlled federal bank.
There you go.
That's one of them. And then two, they're the only country that's in the way of Israel doing their whole greater Israel thing and conquering like that part of Iraq that they want. And I mean, they already started bombing Lebanon.
Yep.
So
yeah, they started bombing all these other places all of a sudden. They keep moving the goalposts. Apparently, everything's up for grabs. Where can they find you?
So that's
go on, John.
They can find me at.
We got your Third Rail Politics pulled up on YouTube right here. Everybody can go find them right here. Yeah.
As soon as it gets a little too hot for YouTube, it's going straight to Rumble.
That's right. That's right.
And I mean, Ray's always reposted me. I'm reposting him. You guys can find me on.
Yeah, for more great takes like this about politics, John knows his politics. Go follow him over there. I'll try not to jump on and break it next time. How about that? Okay, John.
No. I've almost got it.
No, we'll be back there. We'll be back there. I'm just teasing you.
It's nearly there. It's not quite, but it's nearly there.
That's right.
And then you got me, who doesn't. I don't need all your gadgets and your bells and whistles because I've got the fucking aura, bro.
That's right. That's right. James, what are your final thoughts on whatever we talked about today? What do you got?
I want to see a Team America World Police sequel.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I really want.
Right.
That is my wish. That is my only wish. I want to see a Team America World Police sequel.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's fucking
and like go follow everyone. And if you want to follow me, it's optional, but you can find me.
Yeah, go follow James Domenico Graben. Here he is on YouTube. James Domenico Graben 81. Go follow him on Zoom. I mean, not Zoom. I just looked at the word Zoom and I read Zoom. On X, James Domenico Graben. Also, James, who do you got? You got Gina Carano or Ronda Rousey? Who's going to win that fight?
Ronda Rousey by armbar.
Oh, okay. I don't think she's gonna. I don't think Gina's gonna have the stamina. So I'm gonna agree with you. Everybody.
Gina can't move. Gina's like fucking rigor
She
mortis,
already has
mate.
that
Did you see
stiff
her?
neck.
Like, I don't even think she can do it in the bedroom no more. She like fucking, I don't know. She's stuck together with fucking blue tack, chewing gum, sticky tape.
Yeah. Yeah, she is.
And
she's
when was
stuck
her
together.
last fight? When was her last fight?
Bro, it's been
fucking
forever.
15, 20 years
Yeah,
ago?
Like
yeah.
2010, maybe?
2010, yeah. Something like that. That's crazy.
She was so hot, though.
No chance.
She used to be a fire, but you know, everybody
Yeah.
hits the wall. You got to make sunshine.
Henry Cavill rumped it, didn't she?
Yeah.
You know, because everyone in our space, when I say our space, they're nothing to do with me, they're cunts, but everyone on this side of the aisle, right? They love fucking Dean Cain, James Woods, Gina Carano, and Henry Cavill. You can't shut them up because they all think that they're conservatives. And the only one out of that I actually rate is James Woods because he had a good acting career. But the other three I could give I think fuck about.
Yeah, I don't care about them either. Follow me, of course, on Ray is Happy everywhere. Go check out the Ministry of the Dude if you want more Scarlett Ralph commentary. I'm sure they're going to cover that in excruciating detail next. That's Ministry of the Dude.
Battered and bruised.
Yeah. I'll probably jump over there in the chat for a little bit before I go back to work on my other stuff. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Max Clammer, Darren Wagner. Bro, you were on stream. Get out of the chat. We got Pat, Mr. Jeeky, Tank Ferret. Shout out to you. King Yeti, shout out to you. On the John from Ministry of the Dude. Shout out to you, bro. And everybody else. Blue Lotus, of course, you as well. And everybody else that made this fun day. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us, guys. We'll see you next time on Friday, then on Saturday again. 100%. Get out of here. Knuckles to you. Go kick some ass. Let's go.